One morning, Arry and Bert were at the mine, and they were waiting for Bertrum to get coal for the trucks.
Hurry up, Bertrum! Get the coal already! At this rate, we're gonna be here to midnight!
Bertrum was cross.
I will get the coal when the miner tells me the trucks are full,
he said crossly.
I'm bored,
said a fed-up Bert.
Agreed! This is like watching paint dry! Bored. You don't know the meaning of the word bored. All you young engines have it easy. If you had the life I had, you wouldn't be so cheeky. Oh, was your life that hard, Bertrum?
asked Arry.
Hard? It was hard for many years. In fact, while we're waiting for this coal, I think I will tell you. Long, long ago, in the time of railway mania, a railway was opened, and it was called the S&M Railway. It was very poor, and only had 3 engines.
And the S&M had a dream, and that was to link Sodor to the mainland.
Hold on a minute, Bertrum. Link Sodor to the mainland? Was the S&M Railway on Sodor? Don't you know the history of this railway? Of course it was on Sodor. And let me get back to the story. This mine served S&M, Scarloey, Mid-Sodor, and Coleyfell with coal, and I always worked on it. One day, Neil arrived with some trucks, and he looked very unhappy. Neil, are you okay? You're not your normal chirpy self, I asked.
Bertrum, I'm worried. I think the railway's in trouble.
What do you mean?
They're not going to be able to build a tunnel to the mainland, because the excavations in the Ballyhoo Bridge have collapsed.
I felt sorry for Neil. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will be okay. I was worried about Neil, but little did I know that something bad was around the corner. A few weeks later, my driver came with important news. "We need to go and see the S&M staff today," my driver said. I thought nothing of it. Sure, no problem at all. When I arrived, Neil, the S&M staff, and the mine manager were there.
Since the Ballyhoo Bridge collapsed, we were unable to build the tunnel to the mainland. But recently, we'd inquired about building a bridge across the Walney Channel. But unfortunately, the Admiralty stopped us. Now this brings us to the mine. The mine is too expensive for us to fund. So unfortunately, we have no choice. The mine has to close.
Close? But what about the coal?
Mines are opening in Mid-Sodor and Scarloey, so the Mid-Sodor Railway is going to supply us with coal. Not that we'll need it much.
What do you mean we'll not need it much? Well, unfortunately, Neil, the railway is not going good at all, which means there's gonna be lesser trains. I just hope that the railway doesn't close down. Bankruptcy is possible. We've had a run of bad luck recently, but let's just hope things get better. But unfortunately for the meantime, the mine's a no-no. I am so sorry. I was very upset. Soon, I returned to the mine. Driver, when the mine closes, what will become of me? I wouldn't worry about it, Bertrum. There is 2 narrow gauge railways on this island, and I'm sure there's more than enough room for you. I hope so, driver, I said with a sad smile. The final day of the mine arrived, and everyone was very sad. Then Sir Handel arrived to collect a truck, but back then he was called Falcon.
Hello, Bertrum. Your last day, I take it?
Yes, the mine will close tonight, Falcon. I'm gonna miss it. And if the Scarlory Railway doesn't take me, I will probably see you in the sheds tonight.
No, you will not. There's not enough room in our sheds for another engine.
Driver, did you hear what Falcon just said?
Just ignore him, Bertrum. He's not in charge of the Mid-Sodor Railway.
But that night, my driver came back from his break, and he had very bad news. Bertrum, there's something I have... There's something I have... Come on, driver. Out with it. Bertrum, there's no room for you on the Scarlowy Railway. And there's no room for you on Mid-Sodor either. What do you mean there's no room for me? It's all down to money, Bertrum. Scarlowy and Mid-Sodor just can't afford you at the minute.
Last month, a brand new engine called Fearless Freddy arrived at Mid-Sodor, and he has already been sent back to Wales.
So if they couldn't afford to keep a young engine, an engine like me would have no chance. I'm sorry, Bertrum. This pains me. It pains me as well. They're gonna start boarding up the mine shafts. So let's have one last journey, I said sadly. Okay, Bertrum, said my driver. Then he got in my cab, and we set off. Then we stopped at a faraway part of the mine. This will do. I will just stay here. Driver, this is the last I'll probably ever see you again. So I just want you to take care and be careful. I don't want you to suffer the same fate as my old driver did.
Bertrum, this is not the last time you'll ever see me.
Well, what do you mean?
Every night, I will come and visit you.
Oh, you don't have to do that, driver. Honestly.
Bertrum, you have been a joy to work with, and I'm not gonna leave you here by yourself.
And my driver was as good as his word.
Every night he came and visited me, even when it was raining or snowing, and he even oiled me and touched up my paint. And many years later he came with important news. Bertrum, the S&M Railway has went bankrupt.
So what's gonna happen?
I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see.
And me and my driver waited for 4 years when he came with important news.
A man called Sir Topham Hatt has arrived on Sodor, and he's gonna build a brand new standard gauge railway.
I was excited. Really? What's it gonna be called?
It's gonna be called the North Western Railway.
I was pleased. The mine will open, and I will be back to work again, I said proudly. But I thought wrong.
The Northwestern Railway is a huge success, Bertram. There's many engines running on it. But Sir Topham Hatt has no plans to reopen this mine.
Oh, I see.
Maybe he will in years to come. All we have to do is wait.
So me and my driver waited for years and years. Then my driver introduced me to his son. And sadly, my driver died. And his son grew up and kept visiting me every night. And so did his children, and so did his children. And then one night, the most amazing thing happened. Peter, my driver's great-great-grandson, came rushing over to me.
Sir Topham Hatt has discovered the mine, but he's only going to reopen it for tourists.
Oh, maybe I will be discovered again. One night, me and Peter were talking. Then suddenly, it's the ghost! What ghost? It's the old warrior ghost! He's come to hunt me down! Peter! What did he just say? The old what ghost?
He said the old warrior ghost.
But I'm the old warrior! That was my nickname! Then, a driver and fireman arrived.
Oh, hello there. Who are you?
I'm the old warrior.
You're the old warrior? I've a very frightened Injun up there, afraid of the old warrior ghost.
Really? Tell him to come on down. I would like to meet him.
Bertram, just say the fat controller doesn't want to get you fixed and you end up getting scrapped.
It's worth a try, Peter.
You know something, Bertram? You really are the old warrior. You're very brave.
Then the little engine arrived. It was Toby.
This is your ghost, Toby. His name's really Bertram, but we call him the old warrior because he's very brave.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry I was frightened. How long have you been there for? I've been here since the S&M railway closed, and I would love to be back in service again. Oh, really? I will have a word with the fat controller. The what controller? Oh, the fat controller. It's Sir Topham Hatt. The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Your name is Bertram. Yes, it is. You waited all these years. I am so sorry. You've nothing to be sorry for, Sir Topham Hatt. You didn't know I was here. Well, this mine is currently for tourists. But how would you like to be the engine that takes them here? Are you serious? You will put me back in service again? Of course I will. I think you've been here long enough. I was delighted. I was overhauled, and in a few months later, I was back in service again, and it felt great. I took the people to and from the mine. Sorry for interrupting you, Bertram, but it's not a tourist attraction now. No. After a year, Sir Topham Hatt realized that this mine could still be useful for coal. So it was officially reopened again. What an incredible, heartbreaking story. Bertram, I never thought I would say this, but I respect you.
And then a miner came up.
"The truck of coal is ready," he said. "Right. Time to go down," said Bertram.